I became the luckiest winner in MrBeast history. Not only that, but I did it in front of the top 50 YouTubers in the world. This is how I won over $100,000 by writing just one comment and how it completely changed my life. But let me tell you how it got started. It was actually really simple. I happened to follow a lot of their accounts on different social medias, including the Chief of Staff, Sean Hendricks. I happened to catch a post right when he posted it saying, who are your favorite creators besides Jimmy, besides MrBeast? I commented with some of my favorite YouTubers that I watch on the platform. And one of those names made all of the difference in the world. Within minutes of posting that comment, I actually got a message. In that message, they asked me specifically if I was a fan of this one particular YouTuber. Within 30 minutes, I received a call from the MrBeast team, and they asked me if I was a true fan, a super fan of that YouTuber. Of course, I said yes, and they said they'd call me back. Another hour or two goes by, and then all of a sudden, I get a call again to say that, hey, are you available this date? We're gonna fly you out for the video. So of course, I declined them. Just kidding. I signed up immediately. Best decision ever. There's actually a reason that I went that didn't relate to competing or winning anything, but you're gonna learn about that later in the video. So I packed my bags, and within a few days, I actually was on a plane to Greenville, North Carolina. When I arrived, there was a shuttle bus waiting for me and the other people that were gonna be in that video. They took us to our hotel, but there was a problem. You see, I actually have a couple diseases. One of them, which is EOE, I couldn't have most of the major allergens. They had a really tough time feeding me, but they did an amazing job taking care of me, and they were actually able to find me something to eat at a local restaurant, which was incredible. So thanks again. You guys are my MVPs. The other disease I have is actually Tourette's syndrome. Every now and then I make a little noise or something like that. So I was concerned that being on camera, that I might make a noise that would be really inconvenient for them to cut around. But again, the MrBeast crew is amazing and understanding, and that didn't bother them at all when I told them. One of the coolest things about the experience was actually meeting other contestants. I met awesome people, like a gym owner trying to get people into wrestling. I met video editors, I met thumbnail designers, I met so many amazing people. But more into that a little bit later. So, the day of the shoot. I gotta be a little vague here because I don't wanna get in trouble with anybody. So I'm just gonna tell you basically how I was feeling when you see certain things in the video. Jimmy makes it clear in the video that there's a fan for every creator that's in that box. And we all wore shirts like this. These shirts are who we were representing from that creator cube. As you can see, I have Jesser, the basketball YouTuber. And when I arrived, I had no idea that all of these other creators were gonna be there anyways. So I had some game planning to do. Jesser had to make a choice in the video that I don't even know about until I watched the video. But he was expected to make that choice, and so they let me know ahead of time. But when it was finally my time, I was brought to the set and got to meet Jesser in person. And I can tell you right now, it's about this time in the video that everything went blank and time sped up super fast. Before I knew it, I was meeting Jesser, and then he was stepping onto the court. But see, there's more to this whole challenge. I actually came into it with some ideas of what it could be like and what I might have to do or don't do. Here are the 3 angles I thought this video was gonna take and how I was completely wrong. For starters, I knew that you had to be a super fan of your creator. So I thought there was gonna be a trivia element to this. So I spent hours studying to make sure I was up to date on all of Jesser's channel knowledge. The second theory was, because it's a basketball channel, I thought maybe I need to do something in basketball. Maybe I need to hit a free throw or shoot a 3 or something like that, which is great because I play basketball all the time, so I feel pretty confident in that. But again, I was half right. And finally, number 3, I thought I was gonna be a champion for the creator and do some kind of creator versus creator games. Turns out that theory was completely false. Which brings me back to the moment that it happened. I was told to not be a character, but to just be someone very real in the moment. And I can tell you right now, I had no idea how I would react. So I'm interested to see what they put in the actual video because things went blank and it went crazy. But it was so surreal. Coming from backstage and looking to my right and seeing this giant box full of content creators that are world famous. And then to my left, I'm seeing this gigantic basketball hoop that looks way over 10 feet. And the hardwood floor, and then just past that, I finally saw these big metal tank-looking things that were actually called Tesla Cybertrucks. That was the first time I had ever seen those monstrosities in my life. Like I said, I don't remember what happened really. All I remember is Jesser going to the free throw line and immediately putting up a shot, which scared me so much. See, usually basketball players have a routine at the free throw line. Here's mine. But as I was trying to encourage Jesser to take his time.
Hey, deep breath, Jesser. Deep breath.
Cybertruck on the line.
You got 10 whole seconds, bro. You got it.
He just chucked up a shot and my heart fell out of my chest. That ball hit the rim like 1,000 times and it stood there like it was judging my fate. And then it finally fell in. I went crazy and he went crazy, but I just remember Jesser picked me up in his arms and threw me around. I'm not exactly light. So the entire time I was like, dude, is your back okay? We shared a super quick but awesome moment together. And then Jimmy whisked me off to my prize, which if you didn't figure out yet, was the Cybertruck.
Congrats on the Cybertruck, we got more shots. Thank you, Justin!
But that's not all that happened. As I was driving out, something else happened. I actually almost hit Tariq.
Thank you. Sorry, Tariq.
Don't hit my cameraman.
I have Tourette's, like I said earlier. And sometimes my hands, they just kind of seize up. And when I was turning, they just kind of like froze. It kind of went towards Tariq for a second. He was holding the camera and he was like, whoa. And I was like, I'm sorry, Tariq. I felt bad, but I was really excited. So again, Tariq, if you're seeing this, my bad. With the Cybertruck parked, it was only a few minutes and all of a sudden, the next winner came out and parked his Cybertruck next to mine. And that was the guy that FaZe Rug actually hit his shot for. This seemed like the perfect fairy tale ending to a MrBeast experience. But this isn't actually the end. Believe it or not, it gets crazier from here. See, me and my new buddy Rain, the two Cybertruck winners, we got the privilege to actually go through the front doors of the building and hang out in the lobby for hours, talking with other MrBeast staff, including the head of thumbnails, Charles Webb, and also a bunch of animators. And even Mac came by for a little bit and hung out with us. Despite winning, this was probably my favorite moment of the entire trip. And before you ask, yes, I did get to meet Carl and Nolan and Mac during this process. It was for short times for each of them, but they were all incredibly chill and incredibly nice. And I'm not just saying that. I legitimately enjoyed talking with them. And even Carl and Nolan helped me when I couldn't really see that much in the backstage area to walk around. They actually guided me around things just so I could, have a helping hand. After all was said and done, we finally got word on our Cybertrucks, and each of us had to make an important decision. In fact, there were two options when it came to receiving this Cybertruck. This isn't any advice, it's just my situation and what I understood that was happening. See, I already understood a little bit of what was going on because Jimmy in other videos and podcasts told exactly what happens in these scenarios. You get two options. One of them is you get the thing that you won, which sounds cool until you realize what happens financially. The other thing is you can get the cash value of said prize. But option number one is the tricky one, because what people don't realize about when you win something on a show or a game show or a prize or a gift or whatever it is, that is counted as income going into your yearly taxes. So if I were to get the Cybertruck, I would have to pay out of my personal bank accounts just to receive the Cybertruck. That's a lot of money to get on this metal box that I don't even know if I could sell very easily for that price. It's weird knowing that a gift can put you into debt. But thankfully, Jimmy had that other way out. One more really cool thing that happened that I didn't tell you about is actually getting a phone call from Jesser later the next week. Jesser and I actually talked a little bit in DMs, and he wanted to do a little bit for his video talking about my experience and my reaction to the things that were happening, which is really cool. And if I have that clip, I'll go ahead and play that now.
Yo.
What's up, man?
Chillin', bro. How you doing?
Oh, man, I'm feeling fantastic.
So that was incredible getting to talk to him. It's still a life goal of mine to work with Jesser or MrBeast, but I formally challenge both of you guys, Jimmy and Jesser, to a one-on-one game in basketball 211. Check up. So you're probably wondering at this point, what are you gonna do with the money? And to that response, I have the perfect ideas. Outside of taxes, there are two major things that I wanna do. The second one is the one I'm most excited for. But the first one is taking care of student loans. So I finally can get that debt off my shoulders and live debt-free, which is honestly a huge relief. But the second thing is the thing that I'm the most excited for. See, as a kid, I kept running into walls, and my legal guardian at the time, she was trying to figure out why. As you can see, I have incredibly bad vision. These things are bulletproof. Not actually, okay, they're glasses, but these things are super thick. I've had to wear these kinds of glasses my entire life. It's hindered a lot of things. Like even when I record videos, typically there's a lot of glare. If I'm using studio lights, that's really annoying. I have broken thousands of dollars of glasses playing sports like basketball and baseball. And in the last 4 years, I've had to wear these really big, ugly goggles that affect my depth perception when I play. So sometimes I have a little trouble catching certain passes and things like that. Well, all that ends soon. So supposedly, I'm a perfect candidate for an eye procedure. But no, not LASIK. It's actually a different one. Because with LASIK, they don't have a laser strong enough to correct my vision, which is crazy to even think about. Instead, they're gonna put an internal contact lens in my eye, and that's gonna correct the vision permanently, which is really scary, but also really cool. I know that sounds horrible, but I've done a lot of research and everything should be fine after it heals. But there is one more critical thing that I forgot to tell you about where I'm going to invest this money. And that's right here. I'm gonna invest a lot of time and energy and money into building this channel for you guys. See, it's always been a dream of mine to make IRL content like this. And recently, through the MrBeast stuff and starting my own business a few years back, I've been pushing the boundaries of what I can do and what I can create and what I can learn every single day. And so it's time to take that energy and channel it through this channel's content. So this is where the story really begins. A life-changing opportunity turned into life-changing resolve. I hope you will join me as I take on new life challenges in upcoming videos. And thanks again to Jimmy and Jesse. I'll see you soon. Nailed it. All right, we're good. Okay, that's it. That's a wrap.